Robert F. Kennedy confirmed as the new health secretary. Israel threatens intense fighting in Gaza and 28 people injured in Munich after a car drives into a crowd. Coming up.
The weather this weekend's looking a little rainy, so make sure to pack a coat. Stay tuned and I'll be with you at the end of the show.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Cinderella found the pet that fits her perfectly, and you can too. Share your heart, share your love. Make a shelter pet part of your world. Happily Ever After begins at theshelterpetproject.org.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Welcome to the National Rundown. I'm Jaden Parenti. The Senate confirms RFK Jr. as Health Secretary with a 53-vote majority. The nomination comes after 3 months of Republicans pushing for Trump's choice of the nation's top health official. The candidate has garnered a controversial reputation with Democrats and some Republicans due to his anti-vaccine views. The only Republican to not vote in support of Kennedy was Mitch McConnell, who refused to meet with him before the vote. Kennedy has stated that he wants to eliminate food additives and make America great or healthy again. Israel is threatening to resume intense fighting if Hamas does not release 3 hostages by noon. Hamas previously said that they would release the hostages according to a schedule that was outlined in the ceasefire agreement, but the deal between the two sides looked close to a collapse earlier in the week after Israel was accused of shooting at civilians. Tensions have since continued to rise ever since President Trump said that Palestinians should be displaced so that the Gaza Strip could be redeveloped. And the U.S. president also threatened to, quote, let all hell break out if the hostages are not released as planned. Artificial intelligence has been touted as a groundbreaking tool in the fight against climate change, but experts are warning of the hidden environmental costs of the technology. Jay.
These marine biologists in England say artificial intelligence is giving them a quicker and clearer picture of how environmental changes are impacting plankton, those tiny organisms at the heart of the ocean food chain that help produce oxygen for the planet.
AI is offering us a way to unlock this reserve of information. This could be a real game changer for us.
But new research warns the expansion of AI could create a higher climate risk.
We know that AI can help mitigate climate change, but we also know that its current trajectory is unsustainable.
A report from Britain's Royal Academy of Engineering calls for the UK government to receive mandatory reporting from tech companies on their power and water usage as they operate in massive data centers that use vast amounts of power and need cooling systems to prevent equipment from overheating.
Now with the advent of AI infrastructure requirements, the future is looking increasingly difficult.
You choose Europe for AI.
With world powers racing to become leaders in AI, experts say demands for natural resources are skyrocketing and must be managed wisely.
The worst case scenario is that we will find ourselves making difficult choices when it comes to who has access to power, whether it's the data centers or normal people.
A climate conundrum even AI itself could struggle to solve. Tina Kraus, CBS News, London.
On January 20th, President Donald Trump signed an executive order renaming the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. While Google Maps updated its U.S. platform to reflect the new name, the change has sparked international debate, with Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum asserting that the rest of the world will continue to use the Gulf of Mexico. Polls indicate that 71% of Americans oppose the renaming. Next, 28 injured in an attack in Germany, and why Philly schools are closing for the Eagles' win. Stay with us.
Open up your books to page 360.
Did you just look at your phone while you was in class? You played yourself.
about inspirational quotes.
You gotta believe in yourself. Don't ever play yourself. The key is to make it, so make it.
Louise, can you give me an example of an inspirational quote?
Don't play yourself. The key is to make it.
And who said that?
I did. Now that's a major key alert.
Learn the real major keys to getting to college at getschool.com.
On Thursday, February 13th, at least 28 people were hurt when a car drove into a crowd in Munich, Germany. It's unclear if the attacker was accidental or deliberate. The driver is a 24-year-old asylum seeker from Afghanistan. With Munich preparing for the Munich Security Conference this upcoming weekend, this attack has raised major concerns. Here's Essence with more on Philadelphia schools closing amid decreases in academic performances. How you doing, Essence?
Doing good.
So why are Philadelphia schools closing for the Eagles Parade?
The school district decided to close schools because of expected big crowds, traffic issues, and staffing shortages. Many people, including teachers and students, will likely attend the parade, making it hard to run schools as usual.
How could this affect students' learning?
While the closure allows for the community to celebrate, it results in the loss of a full learning day for nearly 200,000 students. Given that only 22% of the students in grades 3 through 8 achieved proficiency in math and 34% in reading during the 2023 through 2024 school year, missing a day could hinder academic progress, especially for those preparing for a standardized test.
What is being done to help students and families during the closure?
The district may offer makeup days later in the year, but there's no word yet on other plans like online lessons or extra learning resources. Parents will have to make arrangements for their children that day.
How do people feel about schools closing for the parade?
Some people support the closure, saying the parade is a big moment for the city and a fun experience for families. Others disagree, arguing that education should come first, especially since many kids in Philadelphia are already behind in school.
Thank you, Essence.
You're welcome.
While President Trump reports meeting with Russian leader Vladimir Putin Sunday, Putin maintains that relations between Russia and the U.S. are, quote, balancing on the brink of a breakup. While Trump attempts to bring an end to the war, the Kremlin denies any talks ever occurred, leaving the state of negotiations unclear. In the wake of President Trump's comments regarding the annexation of Canada, Canadian Defense Minister Bill Blair called Trump's comments, quote, threatening at a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in Brussels on Wednesday. Blair went on to state that while Trump's comments are offensive, he does not believe that Canada is sincerely threatened. Now with entertainment, here's Makaya.
In breaking news, the beloved duo Nisane Renee Lingo has passed away this morning. Also known as the Dual Owl, the beloved mascot for the language learning app Duolingo was pronounced dead on the official Twitter. Cause of death? Tesla Cybertruck. Their post read, "It is with a heavy heart that we inform you that Duo, formerly known as the Duolingo Owl, is dead. Authorities are currently investigating his cause of death, and we are cooperating fully. To be honest, he probably died waiting for you to do your lesson, but what do we know?" Duo has been the mascot of Duolingo since his introduction in 2011, mostly known for his devilish antics and threats against those who missed their language lessons. He found himself as a meme in 2017. The official Twitter also quoted, "We are aware he has had many enemies." Now, the official reason why Duolingo would pull off this insane marketing stunt is up for debate, but the outpour of responses speak for themselves. From Chipotle to the World Health Organization, their internet has taken up a storm in remembrance of their favorite evil owl. It's unclear what direction Duolingo plans to take after their mascot's death, but it is sure to be a hoot. Back to you, Jaden.
Thank you. Stay tuned after the break for sports.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
Fly, Eagles, fly. The Philadelphia Eagles took down the Kansas City Chiefs 40-22 in Super Bowl 59 to claim their second Lombardi Trophy on Sunday. Quarterback Jalen Hurts was named as the Super Bowl MVP after recording 293 total yards and 3 touchdowns. The Eagles' defense combined for 6 sacks and 3 takeaways. And now, here's Dan with sports.
The Eagles have won the Super Bowl, and the city of Philadelphia is gearing up for a celebration down Broad Street. Everyone knows that a celebration calls for some confetti. A website called The Realist is selling confetti to fans who are looking to have some memorabilia from that day in New Orleans. These products have been authenticated and certified as a genuine artifact from the field. Die-hard Eagles fans will want to make sure to grab a bundle of confetti before they sell out. The Four Nations Cup kicked off yesterday in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, to a roaring crowd supporting the Canadians versus Sweden. The Canadians would take a 2-0 lead to start the game, when Sweden would end up tying the game at 2. Both teams would score again, sending the game to overtime. This is where the game would be decided when Toronto Maple Leafs forward Mitch Marner put the Canadian side over 4-3. This marks a phenomenal start to the inaugurational tournament, with many more games to come. A shakeup in the world of the MLB sees world-class third baseman Alex Bregman ink a 3-year, $120 million contract with the Boston Red Sox. The former Astro and future Hall of Famer made the deal official on February 12th, confirming the leave from his team of 8 seasons. Bregman will bring a more than competent bat to a team that is desperate for a breath of life on offense. On the flip side, the Houston Astros will have a large gap to fill on defense and offense. UFC 312 went down over this weekend as well from the Kudos Bank Arena in New South Wales, Australia. This card contained 2 major fights, with fighters looking to retain their championships and challengers looking to take those titles away. The first of the co-main event saw champion Zhang Weili successfully dominate Tatiana Suarez in a 5-round sweep of the challenger, leading to a unanimous decision win. The main event of the card would yield much of the same, as champion Dricus du Plessis was dominant in his rematch with former champion Sean Strickland. The bout would go the distance, netting Dricus du Plessis his 9th straight win in a row. Back to you, Jaden.
Watch out for snow, rain, and maybe some sun. Coming up next is weather.
Got a quarter?
If you drive buzzed, it could cost you around $10,000. You'll face major legal fees, major fines, and steep insurance penalties. You could lose everything. Buzzed, busted, and broke, because buzz driving is drunk driving.
Welcome back. Patrick has the latest on what type of weather we should be expecting over the weekend.
Hello, I'm Patrick Pico here with the weather. For the rest of this Thursday, we're going to have a high of 50, low of 32, and it's going to be cloudy out. For your 5-day forecast, this Friday, the clouds are going to part a little for you, high of 38, low of 27, but those clouds will be right back on Saturday. It's going to be rainy as well. High of 39, low of 26, and keep that jacket on for Sunday, as you're going to have a high of 58, low of 33, and that rain will continue. For Monday, that rain will stop. You're going to have a high of 34, low of 20, and it's going to be a little windy. And for Tuesday, those clouds will part all together. You'll have a high of 28, a low of 16, and that concludes your weather. Back to you guys at the desk. All right, so I mean, look at this earlier today. You see everyone's out, everyone's got a jacket on. It was a little nippy, it was a little cold. It's been cold for the past couple weeks. At least the weather was a little bit clear today. There was some rain. Jaden, what do you think, how are you gonna prepare for this upcoming weekend?
I'm gonna just keep getting my jackets ready, scarves, gloves, everything, keep them on me.
You need a jacket.
Yeah, what about you?
Shoot, maybe stay inside. I wouldn't really want to be out in this.
That sounds like a much better idea, yeah. Yeah, I agree. That's all for the National Rundown. I'm Jaden Parenti. Have a good night.